Welcome back to Sports Nightly. The voice of the Toledo Walleye, Matt Melzak, joining us now to chat a little bit about the Fish. Coming off their best season yet, they're not disappointing fans this year.
No, so far so good, I think, for the Toledo Walleye. It helped this past weekend, winning 2 games after losing 3 straight. You don't want that to turn into a long, prolonged drought of wins or points, and Toledo was able to do that. They found their offense again, kind of got into the back of the net 11 times in 2 games. And you know what? All of a sudden, it's totally different now. You have a different feeling than maybe we did going into last week.
Coming back to the Huntington Center after, I'm sure, a tough road trip just on the bodies going up to Canada. You're away from home for over a week. How nice was it to get those 11 goals?
Well, I'll tell you what, it was nice. And it was one of the things that I did ask Dan Watson before our game Friday in Fort Wayne. And we were doing our pregame talk. And I said, you know, in going through those games, it felt like you had a lot of opportunities to score. But yet, you only scored 5 times over 3 games, shut out on the Saturday game in Newfoundland. And he responded with, I would be more concerned if we weren't getting those opportunities. We're getting the opportunities, just nothing's going in right now. And it happens over the course of a long season. You're going to have stretches where guys that normally would score don't. And it's just the way the season flows, because it just kind of does. It flows like waves hitting a beach. That's the way it is. And it just happened that we hit that spot when we went up to Canada, and it was a struggle. So to get back into that offense, to see those pucks start to go in, and you could feel it on Friday during the game. Okay, all of a sudden that confidence starts to come back for the Toledo Walleye, and they carried it right into Saturday.
And a very special night on Saturday. It was the Hockey Fights Cancer Night. They raised a bunch of money after the contest, auctioning off jerseys, and just an all-in-all great evening for just the Toledo hockey community.
Yeah, and they always come out great. And I think it's one of the things that we love about this city is no matter what you're doing, I mean, if we're in the summertime and we're talking about jersey auctions for baseball, they raise a ton of money there. The hockey, they raise a ton of money during the, any time, whether it's, the Susan G. Coleman Race for the Cure, and the way people come out in this community, it shows in everything that we do around here. And I think that's just why this area is so special.
Now, on Saturday, I don't know if anyone should have been more excited about his goal than Josh Keshner. He had 2, I think, that hit off the crossbar and then finally snuck one in towards the end of the game. I'm sure a weight off his shoulders.
Yeah, it was certainly due. I mean, he is such a great shot. And I think fans are realizing that the more and more they watch him, and the more home games we have, people will see this, that there's a reason why he's on the wing on a power play, because they want to work it over to him to let that shot go. And you saw it on display on Saturday. I mean, 2 posts. He could have had a hat trick easily on Saturday, and he will have, at some point he's going to have that multiple goal game. He's going to find the back of the net. He's going to probably go through a streak where he's going to score 7 times in like 4 games. It's just going to happen because he's a goal scorer. He's a guy that can find the back of the net with regularity, and he's a guy that I'm sure at some point this year we'll see up with Grand Rapids as well. I think he's that talented of a player. So, yes, certainly when you're, oh, man, I'm so close a couple of times just to see that one go in there at the end of the game, certainly very helpful for him.
And Toledo's power play leading the league, just absolutely dominating this season. What do you think has helped them click so early in the year?
Well, I think one thing, they've had a couple of big games. You think the 3-goal power play performance against Fort Wayne on the second home game of the season, and you start breaking it down in multiple games where they've scored twice on that power play. And one thing is they have people like Josh Keshner. They have Albert Gerdukas who does wonderful things in front of the net. Even as a first-year player, he's very good in front of the net. They have guys at the blue line that can find ways to get pucks through. I think that's the thing that Charles Adois too is learning, is I don't have to slap it to the front of the net every time on a power play. I can let the wrist shot go like he did on Saturday that was deflected by Josh Winquist in front for a power play goal. So those are the things that, that are coming along with that power play unit. They've been really good. I think the more impressive side has been the penalty kill unit, actually, Claire, because of the way they started. We're in Kansas City. They lose on a Friday night, giving up 3 power play goals. Did not look good at all. It could have been 4 or 5 that night. Instead, it was only 3. And since that point, this penalty kill has been great. They're now 5th in the league. I mean, that's how fast they've escalated. Dan Watson, he's so good at that side of the puck that, you knew that was going to get righted at some point, and it certainly has.
All right, well, Matt Melzak, thank you so much for joining us. Safe travels to Pennsylvania. We'll hear you on the call for those Walleye games, and be sure to tune in to Ice Check tomorrow night at 10 o'clock right here on BCSN.